Max here with your quick tips in under 5 minutes. This week's feature is Lulu. In response to Double Buff's comment recommendation, I'm going to add runes and masteries at the start of every video, but this is just a quick highlight of it. I'm not going to go into details about it. And starting off with Lulu, I go 18-12, and you can pause it and kind of see which selections I go exactly if you want. For runes, I go ability power, glyphs and quints, armor seals, and magic pin marks, and that's what I generally go with against AD or tank supports. But if you feel like you're a little too squishy and they have a heavy AP support champion, or maybe even a jungle, you can take out those AP glyphs and put in magic resist. Early game, I start Spell Thief and my Q for the poke. Lulu's early game damage is definitely top tier, especially if you can land your skill shot. And second skill, if you want to be a little more aggressive, you can start your W, but generally you'll start shield, and that gives you another angle to use your Q on. The first time playing Lulu can be a little overwhelming because your W and E, you have the option of putting it on either yourself, your teammate, or the enemy. So it might take a little bit of practice to figure out in which situation you need to be shielding yourself or your teammate, or speeding up your teammate or yourself, or polymorphing the enemy. Starting out, you probably just need to be shielding whoever's taking the damage and Wing the enemy champion who's giving the damage. Ults are a nightmare for a lot of all-in champs like Katarina. You can knock her up and prevent all that damage that she would put out. And it's a great tool for someone who engages on your team, or you can use it defensively for someone who's all-inning your carries. When it comes to initial team fights, you'll always most likely shield your carries or whoever's taking the most damage, and just throwing your Qs out every time they're up. Your W is what really comes into question. Do you W your AD carry so he's more maneuverable, or do you W an enemy champion who's coming in to engage on him? And it all depends on what AD carry you have and what, champion is going in on the AD carry or carry. If it's like a Vi who can lock them down, then there's no reason to speed up your teammate. Just wait for the Vi to finish ulting and then prevent the rest of that damage from coming in with the W. Overall, her mechanical difficulty is average, and she's probably one of the top utility supports. Hope you enjoyed. Next up is Lux.